Tonight I'm going to talk about crypto. It's going to be crypto focus, unpacking the new digital asset. So why do I say the new digital asset is because, as we all know, the world are actually progressing towards digitizations, right? And crypto is part of the process, all right, because it was linked to blockchain, and blockchain is now being widely applied into many other areas, right, in all kinds of sectors, from finance to e-commerce to entertainment to gaming and all these things. So investing in crypto itself is no longer what we perceive 3 or 4 years ago in terms of, oh, it is just buying a Bitcoins and wait for the price to go up and then we sell and we start to make money. We have gone far beyond that, and that is why the reasons why we need to study about crypto is for these particular reasons. All right. So for those who do not know me, this is my brief introductions about myself. My name is Jimmy Chai. I'm a wide spectrum investor. In other words, I invest in different type of asset class projects. I do equity research. I'm a trainer and I'm a coach as well. I co-founded a financial gym and conduct regular class on wealth-related matter. US stocks, and of course now crypto investment. And I do have a Facebook page, www.facebook.com/WJRChai. That's where I will post my articles, my comments, my opinion on my Facebook page, right? So if you want to follow me, you can follow me on the Facebook page. That's for myself. Okay. So before I begin, this is my disclaimer, right? The full content of this program is for educational purpose only and should not be used as an investment recommendations. Now, because right now crypto is being regulated by MAS, we are not allowed to promote cryptos for that purpose. So this presentation is independent. All right, it does not have any sponsors, nor I am represent any crypto exchanges. The presenter, which is myself, I do not have any form of incentive from this presentation. So in other words, I am independent and I'm not sponsored and I do not get paid for doing all this. All right, so that's my disclaimer over here. Okay, so this is all in the news, right? We have crypto millionaires in Singapore, and they are Gen Z. They are under 30 years old. So meet the couple, Dalton Ng and Julia Lam, and they are known as the crypto power crypto couples, which they have already accumulated millions through crypto investments, right? So these are all in the news, the limelight. They are there. They make it in life. And we have another one called Vinesh, all right? And he's the one who actually bought the digital art the first 5,000 days, all right? He spent $93 million on this piece of artwork, right? And again, he's below 30 years old and he has already made it in life, by investing in cryptos itself. So these are all the self-made millionaires, all right, in terms of us. And we read all this news, this very exciting news about cryptos, how people actually make money out of it, which is exciting, right? So when we read this kind of news, then obviously my questions to you all, I mean, since I'm meeting you all, most of you all for the first time over Zoom, perhaps for me to understand how many of you all has actually invested, have already invested in crypto? How many of you all have invested in crypto? If you have, can you please type a 1? If you have not invested in crypto, can you please type a 0? That actually will help me to understand a little bit about you, please. 1, 0, no. 1, okay, good. Any more? 0, 0, 0. Okay. 1. Oh, good, good. Some of you are already invested in cryptos. Any more? Any more? 1, if you have invested in crypto. 0, you have not do anything on cryptos yet. Okay, so I'm guessing about, let's say, 30% of you, all right, probably have experience in crypto already. All right, good, good, good. Now, the second question is probably more of a subjective questions. How many of you think that crypto is a Ponzi scheme? That means people are thinking that the later comer is actually paying. Sorry, the later comer is actually paying for those who actually invest earlier. Who thinks it's a Ponzi scheme? If you think it is a Ponzi scheme, can you please type a 1 if it's a Ponzi scheme, or type 0 if it is if you think that it is a genuine investment? Anyone? 0, 0. Good, good. I like this group. Very positive. Never thought of it like until you think so. Yeah, because people does mention about this is a Ponzi scheme, right? Because you buy into some digital asset and then you just waiting for the next so-called guy to come in and put in money so they can cash out. All right, good. We have a group of very positive guys. Personally, I do not see crypto is a Ponzi scheme if we picked the right project to invest, the right coins to invest. It is not a Ponzi scheme itself. And as you can see, the 2 millionaires that I've just shown above, they are genuine cryptos, what we call creator or cryptos. I won't use the word guru, but they actually go into the industry deep in, and they form part of the crypto community that builds the technologies, so on and so forth. So these are basically how things move on with cryptos. Now, these cryptos owners who becomes the Woodlands millionaire are not only restricted in Singapore, but actually across most part of Asia. And the people who actually make it in cryptos investment, especially those who have invested early in 2015 or 2016, now they become rich and they are buying, the real physical asset like, condominiums, landed property and things like that. So in the case of Thailand, similar things can happen. Crypto buyer actually now is looking to purchase physical home with the money they actually make from the cryptocurrency itself. So that is basically what's happening in today's market right now, all right? So after hearing all these good things, the good things about crypto and people actually make money, as a trainer, as a responsible trainer, I must also highlight to you that crypto is actually a high risk asset class. All right, it's not something that you can actually do as a walk in the park. It is a high risk asset class, and it is also my duty to tell every one of you here, such investment is not for everyone. It's like bungee jump, right? Some people can do it. Some people simply just afraid of the height. You may see that it is fun to play, but I would guess most of us would say, yeah, we just give it a pass. So crypto belongs to this class. So much about all the good things, and I want to highlight the real life people who actually lose money. All right. So we have this young lady. She actually makes a lot of money by investing in crypto. In fact, in Bitcoin, right, in the early days. And what happened is that without a proper systems, what she has done is that with all the money she made plus her life saving, she invested more into cryptocurrency, and eventually she lost everything, right? Nothing, she basically just lost everything. The same goes to this gentleman. He initially, same thing, makes millions, all right, to begin with. And because he thinks that making money through crypto is easy, and he continues to pour, the money that he makes into the cryptos again. And then eventually it becomes a habit, it becomes an additions, and then he lost basically everything. So all these two examples actually remind us of one thing. The two, one lady and one gentleman, they actually treat the crypto, investment as a casino. And in this case, it does sounds like one. When you go into casino, you start to make money, and then you start to, put more money into it, and eventually you lost everything. Now we want to make sure that we don't make these kind of mistakes, right? Because when you are investing, in anything that we invest, not only cryptos, we have to learn how to invest wisely, analyze, and make sure that we have the risk control, ensuring that we will always have the perpetual growth by doing the right mindset and investments. Right. So then, of course, this is more of a local one. And this lady invested in $15,000 in cryptocurrency, for those who doesn't read Chinese. And she invested with a exchange, all right, the exchange platform who actually handles the cryptos tradings. And what happened is that exchange closed down, and she lost everything, with whatever that she was pouring into that exchange itself. So this is more of a scam, all right, scam. So they set up a fake exchange, encourage people to invest in it, and eventually lost everything, right? So all these basically will only speak about one thing, is that, because right now crypto, to a very great extent, they are not regulated, right? So a lot of things are really depends on, social media marketings, informations that you hear from friends, Telegram group that you join, or WhatsApp group that you join, and people just hearsay and just go into it without studying what is actually crypto, what are the exchange, what do they do, and they sort of like fall into either, number one, mismanage the money, two is that they invest in the wrong coins, three, they invest in the wrong exchange, all right, the wrong exchange. All these will lead you to lose money. So the point here is that how do you actually avoid to be on the wrong side of a crypto investment? So to come into a stock market, it is easy, right? Because we know we have our, our broker, we have the proper platform, we know we have, NAS, we know we have, if you invest in the US market, you have your SEC, all these are regulated, but crypto, we don't have this kind of organization. So everything is pretty much independent, and pretty much you believe and trust in that platform, so that's basically what crypto is all about. So we want to avoid, to invest on the wrong side, to be on the wrong side of the crypto investment. Now, with that, perhaps it is a good time here that I want to share my story with you all about my crypto investment journey. The reason why I like to share my story with you is because I believe my experience, all right, my journey will resonate with your, with some of the challenges that you all may encounter or have already encountered, that are what I have been through. So here is basically my stories, all right? So about 2 or 3 years ago, I got started interested investing in cryptos. To be precise, I'm actually interested in buying Bitcoins, right? Because there are so much work, so much talk about Bitcoins, and I just want to be part of it. So naturally for me, and naturally for like most of y'all, is that fine, I just go up there and find an exchange, put some money, buy the Bitcoins. Yeah, simple. But then I first discover one major problem at that time, right? We are talking about 3 years ago, is that which exchange to buy Bitcoins. So during that time, there is a CoinHako, there was Xfer, which basically transfer money. There was a wallet that I need to, transfer money to. And I do not know all this relationship. And the more I research about all these, the first thing I encounter is that there are mixture of information conflicting and saying that, oh, this is not safe, this is very slow, this will get crashed. For those who use CoinHako before, that money that you wire in, it takes it takes hours to credit in, but when you want to withdraw, it takes 7 to 8 days for it to reflect, things like this. So it got me worried, and I was like, are these safe or not? Are these good enough? So I start to do more research into the process, and then suddenly I feel that I have opened up a can of worms. I start to encounter something like the big words, like DeFi, DApps, decentralized, validators, layer 0, layer 1, layer 2, smart contracts, all these big words. And then I realized that, okay, it is no longer the buy and sell or trading, that form of easy. So I have to start to dig in, just like every one of you are doing right now. You want to learn more, and you start to Google, you start to, read and to find out exactly what they are. So it just went on for like 3 or 4 months. And trust me, I do attend courses as well from people who actually, so-called guru in cryptos. But I only end up with more questions and more questions, and I will not be able to answer those. And what makes things change a little back then was that I came across one project. That project is called this Lunar Terra, right? Lunar Terra. That was one of the major projects back then. That was about two years ago. And this Lunar Terra is about e-commerce, about coins. And this project itself, it was a very straightforward coins. It just sort of like, just say that, okay, if you buy this coin, it is able to apply into e-commerce. And the best part of it is that these coins is already used in the real world, in the e-commerce platform in Korea. So I follow this whole entire train of these projects. And then I come to this whole entire ecosystems within this Lunar Terra. In other words, what does it do? What does it apply? What kind of problem it solves? And I went through the whole entire process by just understanding this. And because of doing so, it actually helps me to understand what is this coins is all about. And I start to buy this coin, right? I start to buy this coin with some guidance online. And I got into my first cryptocurrency back then, which I bought in the region of about $10, $10 to $14 over here. And so that's my first crypto investment. And of course, if you look at today's price, I believe it's closed at about $94 today, which is really good. So that was basically a very short description of my crypto investment journey. And I start to, put all these things together. And I subsequently use a similar method to pick my other coins, my other investment projects in the crypto space itself. So the whole of this whole process, after 2.5 years, I sort of like, now have a very, very clear path, clear systematic way to look into crypto, to study about cryptos. In other words, I am not confused about, cryptos that's been thrown to me, or to say that, what coins, whether is it worth to invest or not, what do I do, when I encounter new coins? What do I do when people ask me that, hey, Jimmy, is this coin worth to look at? What is the first thing that I do? So all these things, for me, in the past, I'll be struggling and understanding, what the hell is that? But now, to me, it's just, okay, step 1, step 2, step 3, this is what I'm going to do. So this whole thing, I come up with these 3 steps to crypto investment. That's how I will look at it. And that basically consists of these 3 things. Number 1, understanding the coins, which is the projects itself. Number 2, risk management, because let's put it this way, no matter I invest $10, or if I would invest $100, or I'm going to invest $1,000, every single cent that I invest is money, and I don't want to lose that. So that risk management is really important. So I go in, every project that I go in is that I do not want to lose money. All right. So that risk management is important. And the third one, final one, is the investment strategy, which directions which I'm going to head to, whether is it going to be, aggressive, or am I going to be a more conservative approach? So these are the 3 things that I would do when I go ahead and even start to put my money into any of these crypto investment. All right. So let me explain to you how do I actually organize all this together. All right. And I'm going to use example. Right. I'm going to use example to illustrate these 3 steps, so that you all will have an understanding of how I actually go through, each of this process. All right. So for example, I will look at step number 1, understanding the coin. So any coins that's thrown to me, the first thing is to understand the coin. I will use an example of this coin called Polygon Matic. All right. And I would look into who are the founders of these coins, who are the founders of this project itself. So in this case, the founders is Genti and Sandip. All right. So who they are, what they do, where they are from. This is basically what I want to find out. Second thing is that with these coins, what is the purpose? So we know that this coin is a low cost and it is a fast alternative to Ethereum. So in other words, this coin is being mint, to solve problems, and these problems and this methodology has a better efficiency than the Ethereum. All right. And the third one is that I know that this coin recently has raised $450 million with SoftBank, Sequoia, and Tiger Global. These are all big venture funds, right? So they are being supported by all these big venture funds itself. They are the 17th largest market cap among all the coins. So there are more than 8,000 coins in the market today, and they are the 17th largest. Last but not all is that these coins is being supported by 17,000 apps, running on it. So there are 17,000 kind of applications within this coin itself. So with this basically gives me an idea of what is this coin do, what it does, and what kind of positions they are in. No, with this kind of information, at least I will know that, oh, okay, this coin is not something which is nonsense, it is genuine and it has been real supported by the industry. So understanding the coins. The second part, like what I mentioned earlier on, is about risk management. Every money, every single cent that I invest, I want to make sure that it's been protected and it can be growth. Even if it doesn't grow, and I want to make sure that it does not lose money, right? So there are four major parts of this risk management. One is diversifications, two, the trade size, three, to track the progressions of my investment, and number four, to measure the profitability of the investment that I put in. So I'm not going to talk more about all, but I'll just focus on diversifications in terms of what I do. And I'm going to show you two examples in terms of what diversification is about. And diversification itself, it has a methodology. It's not just, you just buy 10 different coins and it's called diversification. No, it is not. It's more than that. So one example I'm going to show you is, this is a real portfolio by someone. And if you look at this portfolio, can anybody sort of like just one glance and tell me what's wrong with this portfolio now? And this is a negative example. Can anybody tell me? Do you think that this is a good portfolio to begin with? If you think it is type of 1, if you think it is not type of 0. Anyone? Can anyone spot what is wrong with this? No one. Everyone is quiet, waiting for answer from other people. Anyone want to make an attempt? Okay, so if you can't spot this risk management, okay, this portfolio is heavy. It may looks that this portfolio itself is diversified, but in actual fact, if you look at it in terms of percentage, it is only heavy on these three things: Bitcoins, Ethereums, and USDT. Right? These are the three major heavy weightage on this. And what will happen is, because BTC and ETH will basically move in the same direction in most time. So, and then the rest of the coins is only a very, very small percentage. With this kind of portfolio, what will happen is that if there is even a slightest change in Bitcoins or Ethereum, all right, the whole portfolio will have a big swing. All right, we are talking about one swing is close to $20,000 to $30,000, per swing, and if you hold this kind of portfolio, tendency is that you probably will have a bit of a sleepless night, because you don't want to see your home portfolio to swing up and down with these wide changes. All right. For those who are good in mathematics, and if you know the current price of BTC and ETH, you probably can do a quick mental calculation that this portfolio that I'm showing here is worth about $400,000 over here. So again, if you have a portfolio that swing like 10% per day, that is not you're handling a pretty high volatility here. Okay, so that's basically one of those. Risk management. This will be probably a closer kind of a portfolio that we want to manage, whereby each of these coins that we invest will be sort of like evenly distributed, And because each coin itself have a different characteristics, different objective, and it's sort of like act one over the other. And with this, you more or less will be able to sleep better, compared with the previous portfolio, because of the volatility is actually quite less, all right, and is evenly spread out. So this is one of the risk management that is crucially important, at least for me. I would not like to see my portfolio that have a big swing. I want to have a bit more certainty in terms of how I invest in crypto, and ensuring that it will actually sort of like grow continuously, right? So that's basically the risk management. Now, the third step, which I will always look into in any form of investment, is to determine whether the strategy that I'm adopting, is it going to be an income strategy, or is it going to be a growth strategy? So these two has made a big difference, right? So what do I mean by income strategy? One is that I would always get a payout from crypto. So crypto is very similar to like your fixed deposit, all right? You put in the bank and the bank will pay, you put money in the bank and the bank will pay you an interest, all right, over a period of time. Similarly, crypto has this feature as well. You buy these cryptos, although you are waiting for its capital appreciations, but you can also put that into what we call a yield farming or a staking, and that will actually pay out the interest from the lowest of 2% all the way up to about 20% or so. Some, of course, will pay you up to 2,000 to 3,000%, all right? But again, that is where we will come in with coin analysis and say, are these genuine or not? But in overall, most of this investment, most of these stakings and yield farming, they will be able to give in the region of between 2 to 20% kind of a return with income strategy, right, before these coins. So that's one. The other one is growth strategy. So you have your income and you have your growth. So what do I mean by growth? Growth is to be able to pick a cryptos which has a pretty low base, all right? And then basically what we want to do is we want to wait for the projects, to grow from infant to maturity. So what we are looking at is like the coins, which is really a startup but has a strong potential, and then eventually it will grow multiple times more. So I use example of Zilliqa. When I prepared these presentations, that was about a month ago. Zilliqa was trading at a region of about 5 cents, and not too sure, is it because of my luck, or is it for when things were doing progressing pretty well? Zilliqa actually went up in the subsequent 2 weeks all the way to 17 cents at one point of time. So the return was almost 3.5 times, and of course now it is down to 14 cents, but still it is almost 3 times when before I make this, when I was making these presentations about a month ago. So you can see that this is basically the kind of growth strategy whereby we look at one coins, we study their background, and we would make an assessment and say that, hey, this coins is able to invest or not. By the way, Zilliqa is a Singapore local based mint coin by NUS and NTU, and it was actually backed by Temasek Holdings, these coins, just for your background information, right? So this is basically the growth strategy that we will adopt. So just to recap, my investment strategy or the journeys that I've been through, the investment journey that I have concluded and figured out is that the 3 steps itself, the understanding the coins, doing proper risk management, and determine what kind of investment strategy that I want to use, that will actually help me to invest in cryptos in a systematic, mechanically, and to be able to avoid, some of the, rug pull, Ponzi, or, invest in the wrong stuff, So although I do follow social media, I do follow like people like Elon Musk who talk about Dogecoin and other stuff. But if you study into what they talk, the coins that they are talking about, do a bit of research, go through the same 3-step process, you can actually more or less tell whether if this coin is worth investing or not, or it's just basically rubbish, right? Because a lot of coins out there just basically doesn't worth even half a cent, right? That's how it's going to be. So this is basically the kind of results that I have for myself. So these are the coins which I use, which I invested, and going towards the fixed income strategy, all right? And as you can see that when I invest in all these coins, I put it in the yield farming, I put it in the staking, they will actually compound and earn interest for me. And I can actually have a fixed income from the coins on a weekly, bi-weekly, or a monthly basis. So this is how I will actually generate passive income through cryptocurrency. Now, looking into analyzing the coins itself, although it's one thing, the other part, which is equally what we call a team problem. Team problem means problems that we will encounter most time, and we just continue. We have to be continuous to learn. Is operations. There are more than 8,000 cryptos in various exchanges in different type of platforms. Right? We have the platform that we have. I think is more than 50 at this point of time. Some are regulated, some are not. Right? So how do we actually pick one of those coins in various exchanges? Second thing is the different type of coins. Now, not all coins are made the same, right? Some coins are for gaming, some coins are for utilities, some coins is for solving problems, some are for smart contracts. So there are so many types of coins. And how do we actually classify them? And the third one is exchanges. So exchange, some are extremely easy to use, but they are very, very expensive. Some, they are really inexpensive, but you have difficulty to transfer the money in and out. Some, they basically list all the rubbish coin. Rubbish in the sense that, coins that basically has no value, and you look at it, you think that it is in an exchange, you're happy to buy them. So exchanges will make a lot of difference whether you are successful in crypto investments or not. So these are the things that we need to know. Transfer money and cash out is very, very important because usually, and in fact, most exchanges that they will take your money quite fast, but it takes a long time for them to pay you out. All right. So transfer money maybe 2 hours, but to cash out it may take 4-6 hours. Some may even take 1 day or 2 days. Right. Finally, is crypto wallet. Wallet is where you keep all your cryptos. What kind of wallet you choose. Not all wallet will hold all cryptos. Some wallet will only hold certain type of cryptos, and some wallet will basically don't hold. Will hold another type of crypto. So choosing a crypto wallet is equally important as well. So all these are knowledge. All right, all these are knowledge, and it is it is not easy to figure out. I mean, it's only go through, you only need to go through some form of trainings, or in fact, if you have some experience in buying cryptos, then you will know the kind of challenges with all these kind of operations issues. So in all, what do you need to know to invest in crypto itself? So for me, I have sort of like put all these things into some simple and easy way to look at it. Number one is to have a systematic approach towards crypto investment. So before you even start to put your money into crypto investment, you need to know where's a roadmap, what you need to do. So that systematic approach has to be really, really important. Second part is the coin analysis, the coin itself, what it does, what it do, how you actually get things done, what is the development, at what stage of the development is, and this is the coin analysis. Third is that how these projects, how these coins will actually rewards you, what is the return you expect. So as investors, just like we invest in any company, any stock exchange, we invest our money, we expect certain kind of rewards and return. And same thing goes to crypto as well. So we don't just throw in the money blindly, but we want to know what is our expected returns on that. And the fourth one is the crypto exchanges. Like I mentioned earlier on, there are many types of exchanges. Which are the one that regulated, which are one which is not, which is their characteristic, the weakness, the strength, what are the goods and the bads of these cryptos exchanges. So all these things we will need to know before even we invest in crypto itself. So after speaking for nearly 40 minutes, perhaps I would like to ask you this question. Is this a good time to invest in cryptos? If you think that it is yes, please type a 1. If you think it is no, type a 0. Thank you. One. Good. Anyone else? If you don't know, type 2. I only have 3, 1. The rest all 0, huh? 2. Okay, don't know. Okay. PT, thank you. 2. Andre, don't know. Okay. Anyone? 1. Anyone else? The rest of it? We have 24 people here. The rest don't know. The rest is just listening me telling story. Okay, so is this a good time to invest in crypto? I'm not going to give you an answer, but the next presentation perhaps will be able to help you all to decide whether if it is a good time to invest in cryptos. So this is the top 20 best performing coins, new coins being mint in 2021. And these are the chart, right? So the best performance coin is Blocktopia, and the return for this coin is 558 times, right? So as you can see, what it means is that for every dollar that you invest, by 29th of on the 29th of November, the return is 558 times, right? If you look to the right, which is the worst performance in the chart over here, is where you swapped. These coins will give you a 85 times return. So at any point of time, there are always projects being launched. At any point of time, there are always new projects that have made progress, or existing projects that have made tremendous progress. The question here is, how do you actually go out there and identify them and to pick the one that is worth investing? All right. So is this a good time to invest in crypto? I would say that any time is a good time. It's not about the timing. It's about whether do you have the skill set, all right, to filter out the coins that you want to invest, and the skill set and the knowledge to decide, what sort of a reward would you expect from the crypto itself, right? Without having this knowledge, without knowing the expectations, then obviously it's very difficult for anyone to say, hey, this is a good time to invest, or even to be able to expect anything, from crypto, because that reward will not come that easy, right? It only comes through if you understand what is going on, right? So this is basically the top 20 best performing coins in 2021. So that's basically a crypto program for investors, which I put together. I have basically put a value for this program itself. 3 steps, systematic approach to crypto investment, $1,079. I have a Telegram group which I will answer questions or anything related to cryptos investment, which is $20 per month. And I do have a monthly learning program, continuous learning program. And this is really important because no one sessions will be able to cover everything. And the only way to learn about crypto is to continue learning program. And we will learn together in terms of what is crypto is all about, because it is a fast moving industry. All right. It is a fast, and the technology itself is evolving every day. So whatever that we learn today may be the latest, but trust me, it can get obsoleted very quickly the following day. So that's basically why we have this continuous learning program, which is crucially important, which is basically we do $40 per month. Adding up all this together is $1,139. This is basically the value of this program itself. So in this program, there are 2 days, and the 2 days, what we are covering, all right? Day 1, 22nd of April, 2.5 hours. This is going to be an online program. It's a Friday, 7:30 to 10 p.m. I am going to cover these 4 main things, which is the introductory to blockchain and Bitcoins. Now, I will put that this is the most basic, because understanding this, then subsequently you would know why there is such thing called growth strategy and the fixed income strategy. This is really the most important basic thing. I will not talk about technology, but I'll rather talk about what are the functions and applications for you to build the most solid foundations that you have, so that you will actually allows you to carry on from that point onwards. Number 2 is to talk about crypto applications, what they do. Because if it is a coins and just coins, to many of people, even like myself, 3 years ago, I was thinking a coin is a coin. So what's so big deal about trading these coins, right? It has no meaning, but it is actually more than that. They have applications. So I'm going to talk about what are the crypto applications and what does all these applications mean to the real world, what kind of problems that they solve, and we actually put a value in all these applications. 3, the systematic approach to crypto investment, which is basically what I've described in summary earlier on. And 4, the coin analysis. How do we determine a coin has a value, and the kind of projections that you actually develop? Because unlike investing in company, you have your financial analysis, you have your balance sheet, you have income statements. Coins does not have all this information. So we have to use a different matrices to put a valuation on those kind of coins, and to determine if this kind of project is worth our time to invest itself. So that's basically what we will cover in day 1 itself. Day 2 is it's a Saturday from 10 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. 2.5 hours. It's online as well. Day 2 is more on a workshop. All right. So this program itself is not just to talk about theory, but we are going through what we call workshops, whereby I will talk about, the rewards and yield, because this is where we are interested in, right? We as investors, we obviously want to invest, and we have, we deserve, the rewards that we are supposed to get. I'm going through the exchanges itself as well, meaning to say, what are the exchanges that in Singapore, especially if you are Singapore investors, what are the exchanges that we would likely to use and regulated by MAS in one way or another. And number 3, buy your first crypto, that's for sure, so that, after the lesson, you can start to buy your first crypto. You don't have to go through what I've been through, go through the 9 months process, spending money, and then end up, only have a chance to buy my first crypto 9 months later. So you don't have to wait for that. You can immediately go up there and buy your first cryptos, at the end of the lesson. And of course, number 4, I'm going to talk about non-fungible tokens, NFT, and metaverse. This is the 2 major directions that the world are heading to. And in fact, just now, Channel 8 News, 6:30, Channel 8 News, they did talk about, the metaverse applications and how they actually helps, small businesses, SME, to be able, to bring their businesses forward. So as you can see, that crypto is now, coming closer and closer to real life applications, and all these has meaning, and of course, not all metaverse products are investables, and that's where I'm going to talk about NFT and metaverse, so that even if someone comes to you and talk about metaverse, at least you can differentiate, which are those are investable and which are not investables. These are crucially important. So with the value of $1,000 I am happy to offer this at $758. That's basically what I plan to do for the 2 days lesson. And the first day is basically to build the foundations, the methodologies, and second day is more of a workshop whereby you guys are going to hands-on and eventually to be able to buy your first cryptos with the workshop itself. All right. So now you may wonder, is that is $750 worth the money that you have spent if you are really interested in cryptos? Well, I guess the question here is about your own personal time. Whether do you want to go through the same road that I've been through, try and error, spend the kind of money unnecessary, and maybe even lose some money, while try and error, or even trying to figure out which platform, to use and things like that. So basically, it's your own time, right? And second thing is that, of course, try and error would eventually lead you to the correct way as well. But of course, you are going to spend a bit of money, trying your luck, in terms of risking money and have losses in those kind of coins that you may invest as well. So that's basically, what this course is going to offer you, is that, you can eliminate all that unwanted thing by having me to tell you in advance, right, that some coins are just not worth taking a look. Even though in social media, people are talking about it and say, this is definitely a good one, this will go multiple times. No. I'm going to say, forget it, not worth taking the risk. Similarly, what are the platforms that you use? What are the exchanges to use? Some of it are just simply not worth to take a look. You can just, eliminate that. So these are the, the pitholes I can actually help you to avoid so that you won't fall into it as well. All right, I think the last part, which is really more important in this program, is the Telegram group support group. And I want to emphasize the importance of this Telegram support group. It is not only my group, all right? Of course, in my group, I will, give you all the knowledge that I have about cryptos. I'm more than happy to share with you all the resources, the Reddits, the Telegram group on specific coins, the crypto signals, and the crypto news. I'm happy to share all these informations with you. And these informations are very crucial, essential, because why? Because as a crypto investors, we need to be updated almost every day. You know, it is not going to be a walk in the park. I'm not going to say that, hey, you know what, you come to this program, immediately you become a crypto guru, you know, you can do whatsoever. I am going to promise you is that at least you have this knowledge. When you read something, you will quickly be able to identify that if this news is worth to read it, to continue to do research, or you can actually eliminate and say, this is crap, you know, I'm not going to believe in all this. So that's basically the Telegram support group. So again, as I said, it's not just only restrict to my group. I'm going to give you all the resources, all the discussion forum, all the informations that I have actually acquired over the last 2 years in terms of different coins, different projects, and different ways of investing. And you can actually participate in the real life discussion with them as well. Okay, so this is what our previous participant has said about the crypto focus course program.
Because it's simple enough even for beginners who are eager to explore the new crypto world. This has been possible only because Jimmy bridged the gap between industry speak and the time needed to digest. Jimmy has also kindly shared his experience in taking a pragmatic approach towards investing in crypto. I'm glad I've taken this step forward together with Jimmy.
He is very open to sharing his knowledge and creating a platform for sharing knowledge. Jimmy is very humble, and that helps me in increasing my knowledge, increasing the way I interact. So I think all in all, I would encourage anybody to take up a course in cryptocurrency, because he's done a lot of research in this space and helped me understand this field.
Okay, so thank you, Wee Kiang, and thank you, Aravin. So these are our trainees for this program.
Because it's simple.
Okay, so this is what you are going to get for $758. 3 steps to crypto investment systems, and this is ultimately what you are going to do. The systems that you're going to use before you even put a single cent into any of your cryptos investment, right? Number 2, you're going to get all the online website resources, including Discord, the Reddit discussions that you have, the projects that you have. Of course, with these informations that are given to you, you can always expand from there, because there's always link in the discussions, and then you can actually link you to the projects that interest you as well. So that will basically serve you a very, very strong foundation to start off, to spring off, in terms of understanding and discover the world of cryptocurrencies. Telegram group support, I cannot be more emphasis on this, because this is super really important, because I'm not going to leave you alone by just having you to attend a 5-hour course and expect you to become a crypto expert. I don't think that is realistic. The Telegram group is where we will pump in the information, update all the news, you have asked questions, and I'm more than happy to answer in this Telegram group support itself. And of course, the continuous learning program is where we seriously come down and we discuss about projects. We talk about companies that's actually involved in crypto investments. So this is where we will continue to learn about the industry, how it has actually progressed, and how we can actually invest in them. And finally, like I say, it is important to know about the exchanges and the platform that we choose to generate the fixed income. All right. So all these you're going to get at $758 itself. So yeah, take actions today now. Scan the QR code if you're interested in the program. It is going to be on the 20. Is on a Friday and Saturday, 22nd and 23rd of April. Friday is 7:30 p.m. onward, and Saturday is 10 a.m. onward. Happy to answer any questions. By the way, since you all are here on the holiday eve, I really appreciate your time that you spent with me for the last 1 hour. Use the crypto focus promo code. All right, you are going to save $80. All right, so all in all, you are going to, the whole program is only 678. All right, so this is something that I would want to do for you all. It's a holiday eve, and I really appreciate your time to be here with me. And yeah, so at this point,